Hey there, everybody. My name is Austin Hartkey. I'm the director of Transmission Ministry Collective, and I am pumped because we are going to do we're going to have a fun time tonight. We're going to have game night with a bunch of wonderful guests, and I'm so excited to talk with them and get to play games with them and have them play games with each other. It's going to be a great time. I'm so glad you're here. Let me make sure I have my sound down on things that need to be down. There we go. I think we've got all of our tech set, and I'm really excited for the way we've got things set up. So as you may know, this is a fundraiser for our organization, Transmission Ministry Collective. TMC is an organization created to support transgender and gender expansive folks, especially transgender and gender expansive Christians. So our sort of mission is to create a space where transgender and gender expansive Christians can feel grounded, connected, and empowered. And we are asking for your help in creating that sort of world for people. So this is kind of what our whole thing is about tonight, is playing games and having fun and trying to raise some support for this organization. In case you don't know much about TMC and what we do, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a tour through our world for a second before we get started with our games. Basically, we create a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of support events and groups and things to support transgender and gender expansive Christians. So, for instance, we have support groups, and we usually have support groups that meet once a week. Right now, as we're all facing this really difficult pandemic, we're having 3 support groups a week, or at least we're having between 2 and 3 support groups a week. We also have Bible studies every other week that are here on YouTube, on this YouTube channel. So if you want to check those out, subscribe to the channel and then you'll see them. We also have events and webinars that we do. So we've got a webinar coming up here in just a couple of weeks that is specifically on the clobber verses used against transgender and gender expansive people. So if you are interested in any of that stuff, check out our website. You'll have links down in the description below of this video, and then also links that will pop up in the chat throughout the evening tonight. So check out our website if you want to find out more, and then check out our Indiegogo page to show a little bit of support. We've got a whole bunch of awesome perks over there. Actually, let me talk about the perks for a second, because they're really great and we're really proud of them. So we've got perks everywhere from a $10 perk for a social media shout out. So if you can just give $10, like a one-time thing for $10, that is a huge help. No matter what. We also have $1 perks if you just want to throw $1 our way. That goes to supporting these support groups that we create, the online Discord group that we have. So we also have a text support system. So those are sort of the things that you can do at those very low levels of $1, $10. At the $25 level, you get handwritten thanks and a sticker, a TMC sticker. And both our stickers that you get at the $25 level and the shirts that you get at the $50 level are both designed by one of the members of our community. And the design is really supposed to evoke the image of a stained glass window. We talk a lot at TMC about how we are all very different. We're all very different people. We come from a variety of different backgrounds. Some of us grew up Christian. Some of us became Christian recently. Some of us are more conservative, some more progressive, some might be more orthodox. So we have a whole bunch of different kinds of folks that show up in this community, and we come together to create a picture that is more than the sum of the parts. And so the stained glass window is kind of something that we've used as a metaphor. So you'll see that in the stickers and the t-shirts. So I'm going to stop talking about those perks now, and we'll talk a little bit more about them later. But if you're interested, head over to the Indiegogo page and you can find out more. So that's a little bit of a spiel about our organization and about what we do. If you want to get involved with the support groups or the Discord chat or the Bible studies or any of that, again, you can go to our website and all the sign up information is there on our Get Connected, Join the Community page. That's what it's called. So having said all that, we are going to be going through the night tonight, talking with a whole bunch of different people. The first person that we're going to be talking with is a friend of mine, Emmy Kegler. Emmy and I have been friends for a really long time. And so we're going to bring her in here shortly to talk a little bit about the importance of community. And then we are going to bring in another guest and we're going to play a game. So that's the plan. We're going to have Emmy come in here in just a minute. So I'm going to wait for her to get into our meeting, and then we will have her introduce herself at a little bit more length. That's the plan. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Emmy to get in, I want to say a thank you to all of the folks that have agreed to be in our stream tonight. We're going to have a bunch of great folks. So we've got Emmy coming up. We've got Laura Jean Truman. We've got Darren Calhoun. We've got Miles Markham, Kevin Garcia, and I already said Darren. I was going to say Darren twice. And who am I missing? I'm missing one person because I've written Darren down twice. Poor Darren. And Matthias, that's who I'm missing. So all those folks, thank you so much for being part of the group. And yeah, we'll see if we can get Emmy in here in a minute. There we go. I think we're live. I think you're now being able to be seen. This is like, I'm so excited that you're our first guest on here, and I'm gonna have to remember to not look at you on my screen, look at you in my camera. Hi, thanks for being here. How are you doing?
Hey, dude, I'm doing okay. Right, because I am focused on the next like 5 to 30 minutes ahead of me, because that seems doable. So the next 5 to 30 minutes ahead of me are filled with delight because I get to spend them with you and with other people that I adore. And my wife is currently playing Animal Crossing. So really, we are a very happy household for the next 5 to 30 minutes.
Perfect. Ideal. Really, at this point in our lives, all you can hope for is a really happy 10 to 5 to 30 minutes. I appreciate that. I'm doing all right. I'm excited about our fundraiser tonight. I'm excited about getting to talk with you all and play games. You all are some of my favorite people. And so, yeah, it just makes me happy to get to hang out and spend time with you. Will you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do as a job?
Oh, yeah.
Job, so you got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Emmy. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I serve a lot of different roles professionally and personally. I serve as full-time solo pastor of a small Lutheran church in an artsy up-and-coming area of Minneapolis. For those of you who are in the Twin Cities, it's Grace Lutheran in Northeast Minneapolis. So for the past 2 months, I have been a pastor from this space, which has been challenging, to say the least. And I also, that church has an outreach ministry led by and designed for LGBTQ plus Christians in the Twin Cities who are looking for a Christian spiritual community and may not have been able to tap into that for a lot of different reasons. So we have an outreach ministry called Queer Grace Community, and that, used to meet for worship. We still meet for worship, we just do it online. And then I am also the founder and editor of the Queer Grace Encyclopedia. I'm pretty sure my wife came up with the name for the encyclopedia 5 years ago, and then it was good enough that when we started the outreach ministry, although they're not technically connected, we used the same name. And I fought that a lot, and I got outvoted, which is fine. But so the Queer Grace Encyclopedia is a collection of new, like, curated authors and entries around LGBTQIA plus life and Christian faith, as well as those articles, and then the rest of the website also summarize a lot of different other resources that are available all around the internet. Because what I was wrestling with, especially around this time, 5 and some years ago, was that there were so many people putting really good content out around, especially around like discussing clobber passages, right? And so you're doing the apologetics and the historical context around that, but it was getting done so disparately. Like every single organization had its own explanation of Romans 1. And I was like, what if we had them all together so that not only you could read that a well-written explanation, but then also have 5 to 20 different links saying like, this isn't just one person thinking this. Here are all these other writers, organizations, podcasters, authors who are, coming together to say it is entirely possible to be LGBTQIA plus and Christian, to be fully ourselves, to present with the correct gender expression and gender identity that rings true with our souls, and to be with the person that we love, and to still be fully part of the Christian community. So I do that. And I also
no big deal, just small.
What?
I said no big deal, just small stuff, not a big deal.
Just the small things.
And then I cut you off. The last thing you said was?
The last thing, I wrote a book. And I don't have it at hand. It is, I don't know. I mean, I wrote it. I don't like read it often. I'm not like, oh, what did I say?
Same.
That's the way of, I mean, like, no perfectionist. You and I are the same way about our books, I think. It's just like, I can't go back and read that because I will find all of the errors in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. It's true. But I love your book. It's great.
And I love your book. So it's a mutual thing.
Good.
Yes, I read called One Coin Found, How God's Love Stretches to the Margins. And it's my story of my relationship with scripture throughout my exploration and my stepping into my calling to be an openly queer woman in Christian ministry. So you can buy that from your local bookstore.
Yay. Go to bookshop.com. It's better than
Go to bookshop.com. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Amy. Thanks for telling us a little bit about what you do. It's so important. I've written articles for Queer Grace. I recommend articles from Queer Grace to people all the time. It is so helpful to just be like, hey, are you thinking about theology? And you are questioning about whether you should go to seminary? There's an article for that. Are you thinking about can I find a welcoming church? There's an article for that. So it's great. Queer Grace, is it .com or .org? I can never remember.
.com.
.com.
I think I also own the .org and it redirects to the .com.
Perfect. Then go wherever you want. Queer Grace, you'll find it.
Pretty sure.
Awesome. Well, I wanted to talk with you for a second before we get our next guest in so that we can get the two of you competing, because you know how I like to make Enneagram 1s compete.
Well, we're excited about it. Don't worry.
Oh, good. I'm glad. The one thing I wanted to talk with you about just briefly is the importance of community, because you have created the Queer Grace community as sort of an outreach arm of your church, and then you also have your church, and then you and I have both been online for a long time doing online community building type stuff. And so as we are kind of doing this now through TMC and talking about and thinking about how community works, I just wanted to talk for a second about the importance of online community. You and I met online and the way that online friendships can sort of spring up into things that you didn't expect. So do you have a good story about why online community is important? Anything that comes to mind?
I mean, should we talk about how you and I became friends?
So, I mean, not necessarily the online community.
We're good. We're good. So Austin and I ended up in kind of the same circles on a social media platform where we were both posting content. And I remember you reached, and this was, for me, I was using it totally anonymously. I did not, this was just stuff that I wanted to play around with. This isn't stuff that I wanted to connect to my professional portfolio. And I think it was I don't know, 2011, around that time. So I didn't have a professional portfolio. I was just in seminary and just playing around with stuff. And suddenly this person messages me and is oh, you reposted this thing from the little gnome house at the south end of Lake Harriet in Minneapolis. I live in Minnesota too. And I was no. I'm not here to make friends. I'm just here to look at pictures of things and enjoy life.
Shouting to the void.
Yeah, right. And I was I'm good. And but then I decided to be a good Minnesotan and be friendly.
Fair.
I think I also scrolled through your profile and I was okay. This person seems like they're not an axe murderer. And I think what's been so great about that is that, especially because we connected through an online community, we were able to develop a friendship that was entirely based around shared interests and shared sort of self-exploration. So it wasn't, not that friendships that are built around sort of friendships of convenience or friendships of geography are in any way less, but we got to connect on this really on a deeper level more quickly, because we were already sort of putting out into this platform what things we were thinking about and what we were wrestling with, both theologically and personally. And so that helped us, like, I think, get to a level of being able to talk and have really important conversations very early on in our friendship.
True. So
and
true.
Also, I super like you. So like I'm a fan.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that helped us too is that on the internet, where you can maybe, especially for folks who are LGBTQ plus, we may come out online before we come out in our real lives, and that sort of somewhat little bit of distance can be protective in a way that allows us to be honest about stuff. So yeah. Well, thanks for talking about that. We are gonna take a second to transition our screens here and bring in Laura Jean Truman.
Who is also my friend from the internet.
Surprise, internet friends. So we're gonna bring in Laura Jean here in just a second. Yay! Okay, good. We've got Laura Jean here now too. Hooray! Hi, Laura Jean. Yay! I'm glad you're here. How are you doing?
I mean, it's a global pandemic. What's not to love?
So true. We need to come up with a different thing for how are you doing? Like, obviously everybody knows the world's, kind of a fiery mess, but like, we're alive. So that's something to celebrate.
I ate protein today. So like, I get 10 points, man.
Amazing. I feel like that when I eat vegetables. Well, okay. I have Laura Jean, before we get to our first game, will you please tell the internet, the internet already knows who you are, but will you tell this corner of the internet who you are and what you do?
Hello, corner of the internet. I'm Laura Jean, and I write about being queer and loving Jesus. And I do a lot of blogging through the lectionary because I really like figuring out how the Bible can be less weapony and a little more healing-y is my thing.
I love that. So important. And you were part of a new book that just came out?
I am, with the Reverend Emmy Kegler. Very exciting. Sarah Bessie put together a prayer book with a series of prayers from a variety of women. And I've written a prayer for it, which is very exciting. So great.
Yay. What's the book called?
Is it called A Rhythm of Prayer now? Okay.
Did you see my panicked face where I was like,
Well, it was originally called something else, and that was in like all the original emails, and then it got changed, and I have a pandemic brain. I can't do anything right now. Like,
Fair.
Yeah, we call it quarantine in this house. So like fatigue and quarantine.
Ooh, quarantine. I like that.
It is a rhythm of prayer. Yes.
Good. All right. So everybody go check that out if you want prayers that are especially relevant in this time. So let's play our first game. The first thing that I have you all ready to do, I hope you are ready to do it. Get ready. We are going to do a apartment or house-wide scavenger hunt. And the way this is going to work is I know, Lorgie's like,
you have an advantage because you live in an apartment. So there's like shorter distance. And also you're like 10 years younger than me. So you can have me.
Well, yeah, but because there's such a small amount of space, everything is just kind of like jammed on top of itself.
True. That's a good point.
This is
just
fun.
Like Jenga, pulling things out. So I have a list of things, and the way this is going to work is I am going to say a thing that you have to go get. You have to run, get it, and bring it back here and show it to the camera, and then I will tell you what the next thing is that you have to get. So it's going to be one at a time. The first person to get through the list wins.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Fair.
All right. So these are all things that are either relevant to queer life or faith life. So are going to be the things that we're looking for here. The very first thing that you're going to have to go find is a book about queer people. Go. Oh, nice. What do you got?
Given Up for You, a memoir of love, belonging, and belief by Erin White. It's about a Catholic woman coming out as lesbian. Yeah. Kicked your butt, Laura Jean.
Well, it's a long story, but our books are in piles. But I have a book.
Yeah, Rescuing Jesus.
So good.
Nice. Okay, next item. A piece of religious art. Any kind of art. Oh, Laura Jean. Nice. Oh, the Trinity, a classic.
Ooh.
Laura Jean beat you on that one. Ooh,
Yeah,
I like
but
that.
I moved all of my religious iconography out of my office from my retreat center upstairs, but I left the
Fair.
Christmas one behind.
There's
Fair.
always an excuse, Reverend Emmy Kegler.
I think because I love the idea that we're taking a second for each of these to show the camera. I think we're gonna have to just count this as each one and see who gets back faster on each one. So Laura Jean, you have one so far, and Emmy, you also have one. That's the score. Next thing, any candle. Yes, I feel like that was a tie.
It's close.
Well done, well done. Something related to either your astrological sign or your Enneagram number, and it can't be a book.
Oh,
No.
too. Because that's the Enneagram. I thought I was a 6 for so long. Remember, Austin, you went with me to get my tattoo.
That's true, I did.
I have tarot cards right here.
Nice, that works.
Points for that.
Also
I don't
a
think I have
clear
any
necessity.
book about my Enneagram.
That's fair. That's fair. I like both of those. I feel like Emmy got in first, but you did have an advantage having a tattoo.
Right, yeah, that's cheating. That's too close.
On your body.
Yeah.
Any rainbow accessory or piece of clothing.
Oh, on right now. I'm wearing it.
Oh, yay.
Oh, no.
So fast. You were so prepared. Emmy, you got beat.
Dog dress.
Oh, dog dress.
So PetSmart, which we had to go to for something, has a pride section. So we also got 2 kerchiefs that say "I love my moms," and they specifically say that it's through a partnership with GLSEN. Is there a? Yeah. So I
love
also
that.
You win for quality, so.
Fair. All right. Bread or wine? This is great. I get to just watch you. Oh, nice. Laura Jean is in.
Yeah, that's right. That expensive Pinot Noir.
Ooh.
At this house, I think I paid $6.99 for this.
High end. You got beaten, Em.
Yeah, well, I don't really know that it's a good sign that the pastor got beaten. I got table crackers.
Oh, crackers. I thought those were real communion wafers for a second.
No, I don't, and we don't have any wine in the house right now, but I brought rum.
Crackers and rum, classic communion elements.
You know what?
All right.
Listen, I read an article in seminary about how communion elements should be comprised of the bread that is the starch that is the staple of the local culture's diet, and the drink of celebration. So a contextually based communion, like in Asian cultures, for example, where bread is less common, you would do a rice as a starch and maybe a sake as the wine, because it would be more respectful of, rather than sort of importing Eurocentric interpretations of what a Middle Eastern bread and wine would have looked like into other cultures.
That makes sense.
I stand by my rum.
Fair. All right. Well, we are going to do, let's see, 2 more of these, and then we have to kick Emmy out. What?
What is the current score?
The current score is Laura Jean 4, Emmy 3. So we are going to do 2 more. So the next one is a DVD or box set of a show with queer characters. And I should say, we're kicking Emmy out because we are bringing in, nice.
It is, Oscar.
Oscar counts. Oscar counts.
Yeah,
Oscar is a queer character.
Sometimes he's a little heavily stereotypical for me.
That's fair.
I have to, all our movies are in boxes right now.
Fair.
For pest control.
Fair. Emmy beat you on it, but it was with The Office, so,
Is that really winning? Am I winning?
You know
all right,
what?
we got a tie game so far. Tie game, Laura Jean 4, Emmy 4. So this is for all the marbles. Your final thing here is a flannel or plaid shirt.
See?
I can hear yelling.
all our clothes are in black trash bags for pest control.
Oh, can you show us the black trash bag? I will count that.
No, I
Yes.
can't. All our black trash bags are in the back of a truck for.
This is not a fair game to make Laura Jean play.
No,
I abstain. I withdraw my.
It's been a week, y'all. You would not imagine the week that we have had.
I believe it. I believe it. Well, I'm going to then call it an official draw between you two. So there can be no hard feelings.
To be fair, this is also not my shirt. I had to go get my wife's because I don't own any flannel.
I don't know. I think saying I had to go get my wife's flannel shirt, I think you won. I mean, like that's the Trump gay card.
No,
here.
because queerness is not a competition that is defined by whether or not you are in a straight presenting or gay presenting relationship.
First of all, my bisexual ass is madly in love with you. Second of all, you still win.
All right, so we're going to call it a technical tie with Emmy slightly coming out ahead.
Obviously.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks. We are going to, theoretically here, we are going to bring Darren Calhoun in next, fingers crossed, if all the tech works. So Emmy, we're going to say goodbye to you, and Laura Jean's going to stick around. So thank you so much, Emmy, for being here. It was so great to see you. Thanks for playing. And we're going to switch to our transition screen here for a second and hopefully get Darren in here. So we'll be right back.
Woo. Woo.
All right, so it sounds like Darren's having some technical difficulties, so we're going to wait for Darren. But in the meantime, Laura Jean and I are going to, what are we going to do, Laura Jean? I feel like I just want to talk to you more about like your writing work. Like, I know that that's kind of like a cop-out, but I do want to talk about it because you write such, like, I know some people are like, you call some of your work poetry, right? Like, I don't want to call it poetry if you don't call it poetry.
I haven't, because I think in my sense of like the hierarchy of writing, I consider poetry like the highest of the writing. And so I haven't. I think probably a lot of what I do is maybe, but that feels like too great an honor to really take.
I know. That's why some people are like weird about, I don't know what to call but like, honestly, it's very poetic and I really appreciate it. And like so much of what you've written, especially during this pandemic and this difficult time, has been so healing and wonderful. So thank you for doing that. I just wanted to lift that up because I think it's great.
Thank you. That means a lot to me, Austin. Thank you.
Aw. All right, so I think we've finally got Darren in here. So we're gonna swap to our swap screen real quick and bring Darren on in. Yay, we're finally here. Hi, Darren. It's so good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see everybody.
How are you? How are you doing?
Super. How are you?
Super. That is the first like really enthusiastically good thing we've heard from somebody when I've asked how they're doing.
I mean, you know, it's been a week, but right now, you know, in the moment, I'm super.
Yeah, in this moment. I love your background. I love your purple background and lights.
I came to bring the colors of the ministry and the queerness all
I love
right
it.
here.
Love it so much. Well, thanks for being here. Will you introduce yourself and tell us what you do? What's your gig? What you do? What do you put out in the world?
Sure. I'm Darren Calhoun, pronouns he, him, and I do too many things. So the short version is I sing in a progressive, inclusive Christian band called The Many. And we been making music that inspires hope and gives space for lament and makes space for people to ask questions and hold their doubts. So I've been doing that. You can look us up at themanyarehere.com and of course on all the streaming sites. And then I work with several organizations, including Evangelicals for Social Action, Q Christian Fellowship, and the Reformation Project, where for the latter two, I serve on the boards of those organizations. Just again, raising my voice for the causes of LGBTQ Christians in their lives, as well as racial justice within the church. So I like to pick easy topics to go ahead and address.
Yeah, just like fixing the whole world. Don't even worry about it.
It's a very two thing, Enneagram 2 thing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule from doing all that stuff to hang out with us tonight. I'm so glad to see you. Every time I see you, I feel like it just fills me with joy.
Yes.
And I think one of the things I just wanted to shout out about your work with the Many, I grew up in evangelical churches that did a lot of worship music and praise music, and because I didn't necessarily have super positive experiences with that, I was really hesitant about worship music. And the first time that I went to QCF and heard, it was at Wild Goose was the first time I heard the Many perform, and I was so nervous about being in a space that was doing worship music, but you all made it so safe, and it was amazing. And so I really appreciate that. I appreciate what you do.
Cool. I appreciate the story.
Well, I'm going to have you and Laura Jean play a game about music because,
I was worried I'd have to run.
No, it's okay. I'm not going to make
I wasn't ready.
Chill. So the game I have for you two is a finish the line game. And these are all songs. These are all contemporary Christian songs from the early 2000s.
Oh God.
So I'm gonna give you, and I tried to.
This is not.
I tried to make these somewhat easier by picking lines that rhyme. So it will be helpful because you at least know the next line rhymes.
Okay.
So we're gonna start out with possibly an easy one. The first line here, and I'm gonna try to say these with
Do we just shout it out or
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna try to not give it a rhythm.
I want a little buzzer.
Right.
You should have a buzzer. Okay, grab something close to you that you can make noise with or something.
My book on things.
Oh gosh, I don't have a buzzer. Oh wait.
Anything to buzz with.
I have a shaker.
That'll work. Grab a shaker.
I don't know.
Or Jean, just grab a pen and you can tap on that blue glass you have behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Hey.
There we go. I'm ready now. I'm so
all right. Okay. First line you got to finish with the second part of the line. But if I can't swim after 40 days, what is it, Laura Jean?
And my mind is crushed with the crashing waves.
Yes, you got it.
There's a clay.
Plastic jars of clay, flood.
I spent most of those years in gospel music. So
oh no, Darren.
This is gonna be hilarious in so many ways.
All right, let's see if you get this one. This one I just love the line here. Saddle up your horses, we've got a trail to blaze. What is it, Darren?
Oh, saddle up your horses, got a trail to blaze. Oh God, now I know the song and I can't finish the line.
If you can give me the name of the song or who did it, I will also count that.
Never heard it in my life, so you're.
I know this. I do. This was on Wild Gospel 90s. Saddle up your horses, got a trail.
This is just my excuse to make Darren sing.
Something like on a grand adventure, we gotta. Oh, crap.
Yes, you were totally right. The name of the song is A Grand Adventure.
Okay.
The Grand Adventure by Stephen Curtis Chapman.
There we go. I
The
was
second
not
part of that line
expecting.
is through the wild blue yonder of God's amazing grace.
There we go. That is so hilarious.
I feel like that Obi-Wan Kenobi meme. Like, that's a name I've not heard for a long, long time.
I know. I love it. All right. Here we go. The next line is, maybe we've been living with our eyes half open. Any thoughts? This is going to be a little bit more on the edge. This is a classic from Switchfoot. So the next line is, maybe we're bent and broken.
We were meant to live for so much more. Have we lost ourselves?
Love it.
We are giving Laura Jean that point.
Yep, Laura Jean, you get that point.
That one, because I was just I'm dating an atheist right now who didn't grow up in evangelical land, and so I'm like playing all these Switchfoot classics and being like, you don't understand. These are like classics.
This is
I
hilarious.
get that. All right, let's see. This is another one that was played on Top 40 Radio, although it was a Christian music song, Christian music artist. There's Gotta Be More to Life. Any guesses?
It could be anything. It feels Broadway. Just gotta be.
Give me one more second.
Gotta be more than strife.
Almost.
Throw something out there, right?
I know. To be fair, it is a slant rhyme. The line is, "There's got to be more to life than chasing down every temporary high," and that is Stacey Orico.
Nope.
I don't even know.
Nope.
I just know the name and that's it.
Radio all the time.
Probably because it was top 40, you know.
Fair.
Nice.
All right, we've got. Let's see. What time is it? I want to make sure that I'm keeping track of our time.
Right.
Hold on. Let's see. We've got till 20. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay.
Right.
Cool. I gotta finish up this game. So our last one. This is for all the marbles. This last line is. You just have to give me either the name of the person or the name of the song, which is the next thing that comes. It's time to get down on my knees and pray, Lord blank. And I will give you a hint. This is a queer Christian artist.
Oh, is it Jennifer Knapp?
Yeah.
I don't know the song, but she's the queer
Right.
Christian.
Fair.
Especially for the time range. Right.
From 2000.
Yeah, that was Undo Me by Jennifer Knapp, a classic. I think that's her number one song.
Nice.
Well, sweet. Thank you all for humoring me with my early to mid 2000s Christian rock.
I absolutely love it.
Right, a delight.
Well, sweet. We're going to go to our switch here, and we are going to switch out Laura Jean. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. It was fun to play games with you. And we are going to have Darren stick around, and then we are going to have Miles come in as well. So that's our plan, is we're going to swap Laura Jean for Miles Markham. That's the plan. So let's go to our transition screen, and then we will move on. Thanks so much, Laura Jean, for being here.
So good.
Yay! Okay, I think we did it. And now we've got Darren and Miles. Hi, Miles.
I just looked at myself and I have a murderous appearance, it seems.
Very Netflix that series.
I didn't expect this to happen. I'm sorry.
You do look like you're kind of holding, like you're camping and you're holding a thing right underneath your chin.
Gather around.
About to
A
tell us
story will
scary
be
ghost
told.
story. I love it. Well, I already asked, how are you? How are you other than being lit from below? How are things going?
All things considered, I am doing quite well. I'm happy to be here. I'm healthy. I have been in pretty good spirits throughout this last week, and as far as I'm concerned, that means I'm winning. Don't let my creepy image be representative of my inner world.
Understood. Understand it? That's not a word. Understood. I also feel the same, where it's like, I may look like trash on the outside some days, but actually I'm feeling okay.
We're inventing new words right now anyway. It's a new season. Who knows what the world will look like in a year from now. So
We need new words to describe new situations.
we do.
So, yeah. Miles, will you tell this corner of the internet here what you do, what you're up to, what your projects are that you're working on right now?
Sure. My name is Miles. I am in seminary. I have one more semester. I'm doing a practical theology degree with a concentration in education ministries. I am an independent contractor who right now is working on 2 different documentary films and leading their community engagement plans. So one of those films is about Flint, Michigan, and their ongoing water crisis and its implications for other communities who are impacted by poor water quality and environmental racism and all the things with that. And then the other film is called Pray Away, and that will be premiering later this year, and that is on the history and the continuation conversion therapy and ex-gay, ex-trans ministries. So that's what I spend most of my time doing. And when I'm not doing that, apparently I'm on Friday night Zoom calls playing Bible and Christian subculture trivia games.
I love it. That's to me like that, that's where I want to be, is playing with trivia games. But I'm also super excited, especially to see Pray Away when it comes out, because you've been posting a lot about that on your Instagram and like sharing your bits of your story, and it's been really powerful to read. So thanks for sharing that, and I'm so excited for that to come out.
Thanks.
Well, okay, I've got a game for you two. We are going to do a little bit of trivia here. So this is both Bible and queer trivia. So we're going to kind of go back and forth between the two. I know it's going to be back and forth. So again, Darren, you had a shaker, but Miles, you need some sort of buzzer that you can buzz in with. Anything you can shake or make noise with around you?
Right. It was like,
I know, right?
I wasn't warned that there would need to be accessories or that I would have to be wearing pants.
Wait, can I just like raise my hand? Like, is that an option?
You can raise your hand.
Wait, I have something. I have something.
Nice.
Okay.
Do, 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 do.
I know, right? We need some music. How we doing?
Yes. Yes. The bobble wobble type Jesus. I love it.
Oh,
Well,
he
thank you.
he shakes.
Nice.
Shake, 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 shake.
All right, so we've got shaking Jesus and a regular shaker. So either one of those things you can buzz in with.
Wait,
Um,
Darren, do you have an egg shaker? What do you have? Or a maraca? Oh.
It's really not that sophisticated. I'm just not going to say exactly what's going on.
Fair. Well, good. Anything that makes noise, or you can stick into the screen so I know to call on you. So first round of Bible trivia. First question, who were the first disciples called by Jesus? Miles?
Peter and Andrew?
Yes, nailed it. I feel like this is the kind of thing where I'm going to have to like revoke your seminary creds if you don't get right.
Miles is about to just sweep this. So it's about to be, I don't do enough sports ball to know how do you say when you've lost twice in a row, but it's going to be one of those.
I think maybe the word you're looking for is shutout.
There we go.
Or you could just say spanked.
Partial to spanked.
It
Keep going.
transcends the sports lexicon and enters into.
It's back to being queer, isn't it?
It's true. It's true. All right. Next one. ACT UP was started in New York City in 1987 as a grassroots movement to fight the HIV/AIDS pandemic. What does ACT UP stand for?
Ooh.
Oh gosh. This is one I should know.
Yeah, well, it's like I remember the Peter Staley documentary,
Right.
watched How to Survive a Plague.
This is one of those questions that you're just like, I want to just it's right there on the tip of my tongue.
I'm gonna go to mute and ask Amazon.
All right, the answer is the AIDS Coalition to Unleash Power.
Yes. Okay.
Beautiful.
That's so good.
And
The thing
yeah,
that's hard to remember about that, I feel like, is that the 2 is part of the thing. You're like, I don't think that should be part of it, but it is.
yeah.
Who was the first person to find the injured man in the story of the Good Samaritan? Miles?
It's the religious leader. Is it a priest?
Yep.
Okay.
Nailed
Yeah,
it.
I knew it was the religious person.
Right.
I know
I'm
you're
just
like,
gonna-
is it the
Right.
priest? Is it the Levite? Which one is it?
I was just gonna
Nailed
shake
it.
next time.
All right, last question. James Barry was a trans man born in Ireland in the late 1700s and was the first doctor to perform what operation?
Do you want to give us the hint?
It has to do with children.
I'm just gonna
Yes,
make a
yes.
wild
Go
guess.
for it. Go for it, Darren.
Cesarean section?
Nailed it.
Nice.
Yes. That is really
Nailed
good to
it.
know.
Yeah.
I know, right? A trans guy invented the cesarean section, which is very cool. Not a thing they teach you in school.
Yeah, they did not talk about that in the Netflix Sex Explained episode about
Ooh.
birth. They mentioned the procedure and they do not highlight who invented
I tell you that the trans erasure is real.
it. Time and time again.
Every time. Well, okay, that's it for our game for this round. Before we go in through our next group of folks, Darren, that means that we're going to swap you out. And who's coming in next? Kevin's coming in next. So Darren,
Ooh, we
let's
love
swap
Kevin.
for Kevin. But thank you so much for being here, Darren. I really appreciate it. It was really fun. Thanks for playing games.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure. I love the ministry and the work that you do. Love your book. And I've gotten you at least 4 or 5 Amazon purchases, I'm sure. But now I'm going to tell her, what's the new place we're sending everybody to?
Well, you can send them either to transmissionministry.com, which is our website, or our Indiegogo, and that link is down in the description below of this video.
There we go. Yes. Cool. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Darren. It's good to see you. We're going to swap over to our swap screen now, and we are going to show really quickly our video from our Indiegogo page about what we're doing and why we're doing this fundraiser. And then we're going to come back after that video with Miles and with Kevin Garcia for another game. So we'll see you all in a minute.
Here's a question. Where do you go to feel like your whole self? For transgender and gender expansive people of faith, this question can be complicated. We're often asked to choose between our gender identity and our faith, or we're asked to make part of ourselves invisible in order to fit in. At Transmission Ministry Collective, we are a Christian organization made by trans folks for trans folks, and we're imagining community differently. Transmission Ministry Collective is an online community dedicated to the spiritual care, faith formation, and leadership potential of transgender, non-binary, and gender-expansive Christians. We're celebrating the wholeness of every person and making space for the gifts that transgender and gender-expansive people bring to the table. Our Bible studies are filled with people joining in from their phones and laptops all over the world. On our chat server, you're just as likely to run into a conversation about transitioning as you are to see a discussion about our favorite saints or our favorite worship songs. And our video support groups tackle everything from coming out to deconstructing harmful theology. Together, in a time when connection is more important than it's ever been, we're reimagining what Christian community can look like.
The support groups, both chat and video, have been helpful as I explore and grow in my spirituality. Complex topics and scriptures and current events can be wrestled with safely there.
I'm still not sure what my plans are for coming out or transitioning in the offline world, but it's really helpful to know that, at least in TMC, I don't have to be anything other than I am to be valid and okay. It's somewhere I feel seen and validated in pretty much my whole self, and that's a rare thing for me. It's a very profound exercise in building Christian community. Sometimes messy, occasionally difficult, but always beautiful. I'm so grateful that I found it.
We want to keep TMC going and growing in the months ahead. We have big plans to launch new groups for family members of trans and gender expansive folks, for trans pastors and seminarians, and for trans people of color. Plus, we're expanding our workshop offerings so that we can make inclusive and interactive theology accessible to everyone. We want to invite you to partner with us in this important work. Whether you can give $1 or $1,000, your support is helping to bring about a world where more people can feel whole, seen, and loved for who they are. Thank you for becoming part of our community.
All right, I think we're back, and we've got one new guest and one guest that we had before, and I'm glad to have you back here together. Yay, this is great. First of all, hi Kevin, how are you?
So good. Is that a new tattoo on your forearm that I've never seen before?
It is a new tattoo.
That's so nice. I love it.
It's the holly and the ivy, aka
the holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown. Of all the trees that are in the woods, the holly bears the crown.
That's what you got. Thank you for knowing that. See, Kevin, we should have a hymn off sometime. That'd be fun.
You would win.
Okay, before we get going with our next game, and I want you to actually fully introduce yourself, Kev. I want to talk for a second about, first of all, how excited and thankful I am for our donors over at the Indiegogo who have been amazing. We had a whole bunch of people give in the last, 3 weeks since we started the funding campaign, and we're at 31-ish% of our goal right now, which is very exciting. We're trying to, we have a couple of days left of our fundraiser, and at this point, we're not putting all of our eggs and getting fully the whole thing funded, but every little bit that comes into the funding project helps to keep support groups going, helps to keep the Bible study going, helps to provide community for people that really need it. And so we're really thankful for all of the folks that are donating. And because we're thankful for all of you, we also are trying to put out some perks that are fun that people might like. And so I talked at the beginning of the video a little bit about some of the perks that we had, but I want to take another second to highlight a couple of those. One of them is our beloved t-shirt. That is really great. At the $50 level, we have these t-shirts that we had designed by a member of our community. They use the idea of a stained glass window to kind of show how we all work together in this larger picture. And I love it. It's very cute. It says beloved on it. It's amazing. So that's at our $50 level. We also have some levels, some upper level levels for giving for perks, including coffee with the TMC staff, including myself, including Micah Melody, who is our program coordinator and who is so wonderfully running our tech tonight. So thank you to Micah. And we've got up at higher levels, we've got a 1-year TMC event pass. So if you want, all the content that we do is either free or pay as you can, because we don't want this kind of stuff to be out of reach for anybody. But if you are somebody that would love a full 1-year pass to all of the paid events that we do, we have that as a perk. It's great. It's at the $200 level, and you get free access into all of the webinars that we do. We do one webinar every month. The one webinar that we're doing this month is coming up in about a week and a half, and it is on dealing with the sort of clobber passages used against trans and gender expansive folks and how to think about them. So if you are somebody that's interested in workshops and want to get into that, that might be a great perk for you. We also, of course, have perks at the $1 and $10 and $25 level, including stickers and social media thanks, and just like all of our gratitude and love, because we know that not everybody is in a place where they can give right now, and that's totally understandable. Take care of yourself. But we also appreciate every single bit. So thank you so much to all of our donors. So now I want Kevin to introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us who you are, what you do on the internet, and in life.
Hello, my name is Kevin Miguel Garcia. My preferred pronouns are they, them, theirs. I am a recent graduate of Columbia Theological Seminary. And on the internet, I create videos, blogs, podcasts, and other things about the queer spiritual experience. Nice. And have a fun time doing it, most of the time.
Will you please plug your podcast, which I love very much?
Yeah, my podcast is called A Tiny Revolution. You can find it all over the internet where you listen to podcasts. And you can check me out on the YouTubes and check out my new book. Everything is over at thekevingarcia.com or badtheologykills.com. Yay!
Awesome. Thanks, Kev. We're glad to have
Thank you. I'm just glad to be here.
We're going to have you and Miles play against each other in another round of queer and Bible trivia. So that's going to be the plan here. So far, Miles has been killing it on the Bible trivia, gotten everyone right. So that's heartening and exciting. And I've got a couple more questions. So Kevin, do you have something that you can can you raise your hand or something you can make noise with? Either way.
Yes, I can make, do I have my ham horn? I wonder.
Ham horn? What's a ham horn?
Oh, it's not, it's like a rap air horn. Like, bam, 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 bam.
It's this.
Right. Uh-oh, Miles is gonna get it. This is gonna be the new. Oh no. How am I gonna know which one of you to call on?
No, because I'm still, the Lord is on my side.
Good, all right.
I've got this sound too.
No, not that one.
What about this one?
I love it. That's going to be Kevin's sound.
Is that your brand?
Just sad.
It is on brand. All right.
Sad.
Okay.
So, first question. Are you ready?
Yes.
First question. Which king allowed Israel to return from captivity in Persia?
Xerxes, that one. I forget.
Kevin, can you steal?
It was King Augustine.
This is 2 semesters.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was Cyrus the Great.
He's a
I
great
always
guy.
get Cyrus and Xerxes confused. It's fine.
He sounds like a great guy.
Before Stonewall, the first protest by LGBTQ plus folks happened in the form of a sit-in at Dewey's lunch counter in 1965. What city is Dewey's located in? Miles?
Oakland.
Nope.
Is it in the United States or did it happen in? Oh, because I'm thinking that I know that there was like something that happened in London, but I don't remember. So I don't know. I'm a bad queer tonight.
That's okay. It is Philadelphia, city of love, city of brotherly love.
Yes. See,
all right.
we're learning new. Yeah, for the next time. Okay, I can get at least one. That's my goal for tonight.
Fair. You're gonna get this one. This is just a matter of who can like buzz in first. What was the first bird that Noah let out of the ark? Oh, Kevin got that one.
This is what I'm putting up. It wasn't a dove. The first one wasn't a dove. The first bird was a crow.
I mean, I'm gonna give it to you. It was a raven, but yes.
It was a raven. Ravens and crows, they're like close to the same thing, right?
They are close. They're very close. All right.
I'll go 3/4 of a point.
Not all dark birds are the same.
You're right. Oh no.
All right, last one. This is a multiple choice question. So I'm going to give you four possible years here. The first known gathering of a church affirming LGBTQ plus folks was held in Atlanta, where you all live, in which year? So it was one of these 4 years: 1934, 1946, 1967, or 1982. 30s, 40s, 60s, or 80s.
Read the first part of the question again.
The first known gathering of a church affirming LGBTQ plus folks was held in Atlanta in which year? Kevin, is that you raising your hand?
No, this is C. I'm answering C.
That's your choice.
C, 1967?
Mm-hmm.
All right, how about you, Miles? Which one? 30s, 40s, 60s, or 80s?
How progressive was our city?
I'm gonna go. I'm C or D, but because Kevin said C, I'm just gonna go with D.
You're gonna go 1982, and Kevin went 1967.
Yeah.
The real answer is 1946.
Wow.
Wait, where?
It was the Eucharist Catholic Church. They were a branch off of the, they were not Roman Catholic, they were a new branch.
Who knew? The
I
new
know, right?
Catholics.
Eucharist Catholic Church in
Wait,
1946.
So where are they now?
That is a good question. I don't know the answer to that. It was not in my notes.
Call Brett Trapp. He'll do a podcast about it.
Ooh, that'd be good. I'd be into that.
I would be too.
How affirming could you be in 1946?
As far as for what I read, they were a church that decided to branch off from another Catholic church to start their own thing, and they hired a priest who had been outed as gay prior, and they hired him as their priest, and so they became like one of the first affirming gatherings.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very.
So there you go.
Listen.
Your history lesson for the day.
Hard times.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I've got for our this round of trivia. So we are going to get in our last guest here. We are going to swap Miles out for Matthias, and Matthias is going to come in last. So thank you so much, Miles, for being here. It was great to have you. Great to see you.
Likewise. Thank you for being here. I'll keep watching you, but as a voyeur.
Creepily with the light.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, Miles.
Bye.
Bye, Miles.
Do a swap. There we go. All right. So we have Matthias here with us. Matthias Roberts. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here.
I love the difference that we have in time zones right now. Where like it's dark where Kevin is, and it's pretty much dark where I am. And it's still bright light where you are.
Yeah, it's what we call harsh light, and it's not the best.
Well, you look great. How are you doing?
You know, I am a hot mess right now. So
Aw.
Cute.
yeah, it's been great.
You're a hot mess because you've been in a training all day, right?
I have been in a law and ethics training all day long, and my brain is mush. So
Do you
that's
feel
been
more
exciting.
ethical now?
I feel like I know the law better.
That's
That's
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing.
I'm excited for you to teach me how to break it ethically.
Ooh,
Move to
that sounds-
Washington and let's do it.
that's very on brand. Very on brand for Kevin.
That's why I'm not allowed in public. I'm just kidding.
You have to stay in your room.
That's true. I feel like the last time we got together was Why Christian a billion
Was
years
Why
ago. The last
Christian.
time us three were in the same.
We were all in a
Space
hotel
together.
room in Raleigh, Durham.
It was
North
great. And made you
Carolina.
both talk about like gender expression and breaking gender rules. It was so much fun.
That was so much fun. You can find that on YouTube.
It's true.
Yeah.
Matthias, will you tell us, I've had everybody just do a tiny introduction of themselves. Tell us what you do, and you've got a book. So tell us about your book too.
Yes, yeah. So primarily I'm a therapist. I practice here in Washington State, working specifically with LGBTQ folks who are either just in general or folks who are kind of working with religious trauma, sexual shame, those things. And then I host a podcast called Queerology, which is a little show that kind of looks at the intersections of faith and queerness. And then
A little show. Let's talk about the size of it, though, if we're being honest.
True. It's got
one of
big.
the best known podcasts out there. Cameron Esposito was on the show. Who else was on there? Famous people who I have no idea, can't remember who, but they're great. Don't let him talk. Don't let him minimize.
No, don't let him introduce himself. Kevin can introduce Miles, or Matthias rather.
I would love to be Miles, actually. Like, that would be awesome. I love Miles. So, yeah, so Queerology. And then, like you said, I just recently published a book called Beyond Shame, Creating a Healthy Sex Life on Your Own Terms, which is all about how do we work with the shame we were given in purity culture? How do we move beyond it?
It's a great book. I can't tell you the number of times in the groups that when I'm facilitating groups and people have brought up issues that they're dealing with around like sexuality and shame. And I've been like, here, and I know this is not entirely kosher, but I've like taken a picture of like a page of your book and been like, look at this page, and then go by the book. I promise I'm not giving anybody the whole book. It's like one page.
I'm not the one who even owns the copyright, because that's a weird thing about publishing. So I literally do not care. My publisher might.
Hopefully his publisher's not watching this.
Yeah.
That one got me.
Well, thank you for being here, Matthias.
I'm happy to be
here. The last game that I have ready for you two is a game that I have to attribute to Natalia Turfa, who created it. She created this game. What?
Who?
Natalia, I want to like properly attribute her because she there we go.
I heard Italian turfa. That is what I heard, and I was like, I have no idea what that is.
Natalia. Natalia's her name. Natalia Turfa.
Okay,
She is Turfa on Twitter.
Cool.
And she
not
created
an
this
Italian turf. That's not what we're going
well, I
for
was
tonight.
like, this may not be a good game for us.
No, Natalia is wonderful. She does a whole bunch of stuff, including I'm trying to remember, she's part of a very cool church and part of a whole bunch of great things. She's at a church here in the Twin Cities, I believe. Yeah, in Brooklyn Park. She's an amazing pastor. She's a great person. And she has allowed me to borrow a game that she created called Gay Bar or Church.
Ooh.
So you two are going to be playing Gay Bar or Church tonight.
This is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
So I'm going to give you the name of either a gay bar or a church, and you're going to have to tell me, is it a gay bar or a church? So I'm going to be keeping track of your points here because we're going to go back and forth. So I'm going to keep track.
What do you mean back and forth?
So like, I'm going to give you one, Matthias. I'm going to give you a name, and then I'm going to say, is this a bar or a church? And you're going to tell me. And if you get it right, you get a point. And then whoever gets the most points at the end wins.
Can we steal? I mean, I know it's a 50-50 thing, but...
I don't think you can steal if it's a 50-50 thing. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think it makes sense because...
No, I'm not allowing stealing.
All right.
Break the law in this particular instance.
Okay.
Fine. I'll be a good Christian woman.
Good. So the first one I'm going to throw to Matthias. The first either gay bar or church. The name of it is Matthew's House. Is this a gay bar or a church?
Gay bar.
Incorrect. It is a church in Durango, Texas.
Dang, son.
No good. All right, Kevin. The next one for you.
For a bar.
What?
Matthew's House is a great name for a bar, though.
I know. That's the thing. Kevin, the next one I have for you is, the name is, which one should I give you? The name for this one is Pipeline. Is this a gay bar or a church?
Oh no, that's hard. For multiple reasons. No, because those non-denom churches, they'll throw anything, like Pipeline to God,
Pipeline to heaven. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So is this a gay bar or church, Kev?
I'm gonna go Gay bar.
It is a church
No!
in Hialeah, California. It's no good, no good.
I should have trusted my gut. Okay.
All right, Matthias, the next one for you. Is this a gay bar or a church? It is called The Glory.
Bar.
It is indeed a gay bar. It is in London, UK.
Yes, yes. So we were 1-0. Just so
Yep.
we're aware.
I am keeping track.
I can't stand you people anymore. We gotta. Our community needs. This is what they warn people about.
I know, right?
This is the slippery slope. Yeah.
The slippery slope. I love this. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, Kevin, you ready? The next one I have for you is called Captivate. Is this a church or a gay bar?
That's gotta be a church. Captivate's definitely a church.
It is a church in San Diego, California.
Isn't it like a Brooke Fraser song or something too? Or like it's got it like Nicole Bartman.
Could be. I don't, as we've proven, I only know Christian music from the 2000s. So.
No, it's that book by Stacey Eldridge, Captivating.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which was like the flip side of Wild at Heart.
Of Wild at Heart, that's what it was. Yes.
That's right. Okay.
Mhm.
So glad you're both on top of this, on top of the publishing game here. All right, Matthias, are you ready?
Don't mess up.
I am. Let's do this.
This next one is simply called Splash. Is this a gay bar or a church?
Is it a VBS? Can we guess a VBS?
No, it's either a gay bar or a church.
You know, for as obvious as a bar would seem, it's got to be both, but I'm going to guess a church.
It is a bar in Panama City, Florida. It's close. It's close. All right,
This is
Kev,
the greatest
next one for
game
you.
I've ever played. I'm crying. Yeah, I'm ready.
Next one for you. This one is either a bar or a church. It is called In Exile.
Can I get a spelling on that?
It is all one word. INNEXILE.
Oh. I think I'm gonna go with bar for this one.
It is a bar in Chicago, Illinois.
But
Nailed it.
I'm also thinking I'm just like this. Is this like one of those like was it Independent Methodist, like the split off of the split off of the split off in Exile Church?
In Exile would be a great name for a church, I think.
Yeah,
personally.
that's
All
gonna
right.
be out with the church. We all start together, guys.
Matthias, next one I've got for you is, I'm trying to remember which ones I've already done. Next one I've got for you is called Neon Life. Neon Life, gay bar.
This is just like the most unfair game ever.
Neon light, Jesus, I want you to take me into
Bar.
your neon light.
It's
Uh-oh,
it's a
stop going
bar.
before Kevin.
It's a bar.
Which one is it?
It's a bar.
It is in fact a church in Weatherford, Texas.
No way!
Those Texans with like the surprise twist.
Light, Jesus,
I know,
take
Texas
me
gets you.
on.
Okay.
All right. The score is currently Matthias 1, Kevin 2. So if Matthias can tie it up with this next point, we'll have to have a tiebreaker.
Matthias just got one. This is my turn.
I know. Oh, that's right. You're right, Kevin. You got to go. All right. Is this a bar or a gay bar or a church? It is called One Way.
That's got to be a church. That's one of those like they took the sign and they pointed it up to heaven. That's definitely an evangelical church.
It is a gay bar in Paris, France.
Man.
All right, Matthias, can you steal and make this a tie?
Tie it up.
This either gay bar or church is called Access, and it is spelled AXXESS.
I mean, if this is a church, then we need to have some conversations.
Is it a gay bar or church?
Church?
It is, in fact, a church in Arlington, Texas.
Got to be relevant to those millennials.
All right, so you are now tied. We are going to go for. We're going to do it. Who can say first this time? So I'm going to give it to you. The first person to get it right gets the point.
Yep.
Got it?
Yep.
All right. All right. Is this a gay bar or a church? It is simply called OMG.
Church.
It's a bar.
Kevin, you got it. It is a bar in San Francisco, California. Classic. So Kevin wins our round of gay bar or church. That was fun. I'm glad you got to play that with me.
That was the greatest. I have to borrow that game. I need you to send me that list.
Yeah, Natalia was kind enough to loan it to me, so as long as we attribute her, I think she'll be okay with that.
Listen, she'll get all the attribution. That was phenomenal for me. Thanks.
Good, I'm glad.
I hated that. I'm kidding.
This was not here for it. Well, thank you for playing, both of you. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
I'm going to say goodbye to both of you, and then I'm going to just talk with our lovely viewers here for a second before we end our stream. But thank you so much for being here. It was great talking to you both.
Give money to Austin.
Yes,
what?
and also we were saying give money
You
to
both said it at
Austin.
the same time. Oh.
Yeah.
And also just congratulations on starting a really dope ministry. It's like seriously such
So
a powerful
important.
thing to see.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, thanks. I appreciate that. It's really important, and I'm glad we're doing it.
Hell yeah.
See you later.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Well, that was really fun. I'm really glad we got to do that. Thank you all for watching. This has been such a fun time, and it's been great to hang out with you all and to hang out with these good friends. And I'm just so glad to be here. I'm so glad that we did this. So thank you all for watching. I just want to give us this last plug for our fundraiser. It's like Kevin and Matthias were saying, it's really important, especially during this time, to have online spaces for people, especially people from marginalized communities. And so if you can help support the support groups and the Bible studies and the chat groups and the webinars that we do, all of this stuff, creating space for trans and gender expansive people is so important. So like now more than ever, right? And I know that that's true. I know we're all pulled in a million different directions right now, but I really appreciate all the folks that have stepped up and donated to this ministry. And we're so excited for the things that are coming next. Like I said, we've got in a little over a week, we've got our first webinar for the month of May. And I'm really excited about that. So if you have any questions about that, head over to our website, transmissionministry.com, to find out more information. And if you can donate $1, $25, $50, $100, $1,000, whatever you can donate to keep this ministry running, we would really appreciate it. So head over to our Indiegogo to find out more about that. We are running until next Wednesday. So if you are watching this video after the fact, we are running until the 20th, and that's our last day. So anytime you can donate before then would be amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and keep track of what we're doing on our website and all over on social media. The links are abounding around here on the screen and in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace, everybody.